Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Batman, my favorite character.
Hello, kids. Welcome back. It's the end of the month again, so you know what that means. Or Azrael. So welcome back to another episode of We Are the Night.
The
Batman podcast. And Azrael.
And Azrael.
I am Phil, and a big fan of any blonde biscuit. It is.
That's right. Justin the Owl swooping back into Gotham, or is it Gotham this time?
Oh my. Well, we'll start in Gotham, and then we'll get to boy.
That's true. We have a brief interlude in Gotham. Things get a little shaky.
That's right. We have to with it, just put in an appearance and a crossover,
and then he's out of here.
Yep.
Again.
It's almost like the epilogue to last episode, because we do get a little bit of Bane in here. But yes, kids, we're covering Azrael 40 through 42. And yes, that first issue is a Cataclysm.
Cataclysm.
Yes. And if you say, what's that? It's it's kind of the prequel to No Man's Land. So.
Indeed. And I actually liked this Cataclysm issue was my favorite of these three tonight, because these are all first time reads for me, all three tonight. And yeah, I love this Cataclysm one. I was surprised by it. I thought, wow. I was expecting this.
Oh yeah. I mean, they went through all the bad books. I mean, all Batman's books, Nightwing. This, I think we got a Robin issue.
Catwoman.
There's even a Catwoman. Yeah.
There's Catwoman. That one was really good.
Oh yeah, because she's a job, and because you look at the cover, she's like falling down an elevator.
Yeah, you're right, and she has to rescue these people that are trapped in this building. It's crazy. It's wild. I love it.
But yeah, so yeah, we'll get Azrael's point of view in this, and I think every book, it shows the beginning. So I'm trying to remember. I think I still remember this. I did read this issue too, so I probably refresh my memory. What is it, like 7:03 or 7:04 p.m.?
1998.
1998.
Picture the scene. 1998.
It's not him. It's not scientifically possible, but if an earthquake could hit any city, it'd be gone.
Well, what is Gotham supposed to be, like Detroit?
You never know. Sometimes the Gotham and Metropolis Chicago. Are like versions of New York. Sometimes Gotham is Chicago. You never know. Yeah,
but it's just the likelihood of an earthquake of this magnitude hitting any one of those real life cities is hilarious.
What's so funny too, because it's like, I think they even say in one issue somewhere, they're like, it's like on like solid bedrock. It shouldn't happen.
Exactly.
And then meanwhile, no one saw this coming. But guess what? Earthquake proof to some of his buildings. Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, no warning. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course, he's the one. Yeah. But Wayne Manor still gets all screwed up from that.
Yeah, well, I think because they were like, just so people don't discover that huge, gigantic, hollow
massive
space between the
labyrinth of caverns underneath.
Yeah, he couldn't have like crews come in,
Yeah.
But then meanwhile, somehow they figured out a way after the quake, after No Man's Land, to have a crew rebuild the mansion.
Yes,
over it. So
strategically, right? He must have had Brother Eye do a little mind wipe on them after they were done.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think, oh God, was it that issue or somewhere else? They were just like, all we'd have to do is clear everything out of the cave.
Oh yeah, no big deal.
Yeah,
get that done. Get Zatanna down here, and she'll have it done in 5 minutes.
I just have Bruce go, "Oh, there's a cave under here." Oh. Although there was an issue with Shadow Nevada, it was before this. I think they showed it was like a stop on the Underground Railroad. Like
really?
Yeah, the cave. Yeah.
No way. No way.
So that's an historical landmark.
Wow. We gotta cover that one. We have to cover that one.
Oh yeah. All right. So let's get into this. Again, there's a lot. I guess what kids, an earthquake hitting Gotham is not the weirdest thing in this issue in this
Right.
episode. So,
and not the weirdest thing we'll talk about tonight.
No.
By a long shot.
There's even other things where I'm just like, there's certain things I want you to explain to me.
Yeah. I want answers.
Damn it. All right. So we're going to start with, like we said, Azrael number 40, which is Cataclysm Part 4. Although for our purposes, you really don't need to read the other parts. But
yeah, no, this is really unrelated, which was one of the reasons I liked it so much.
All right, so yes, Azrael number 40, April 1998, Cataclysm Part 4, House of the Quake, Hour of the Quake. Writer, of course, Dennis O'Neil, penciler Roger Robinson, inker James Pascoe, colorist Demetrius Bazukis and Prismacolor, letterer Ken Brzezinski, and editors Archie Goodwin and Chuck Kim. Azrael has defeated Bane and is now taking him back to Gotham City in a helicopter piloted by nomads. They're going to take him to Blackgate Penitentiary. Bane attempts to reason with Azrael, explaining that they are two of a kind, both men with a savage beast inside driving them. If they work together, they could have everything: money, women, power. As the copter lands, Azrael prepares to hand Bane off to GCPD officers Bach and Essen. Suddenly, they're hit by a massive earthquake. Bane escapes in the chaos, and Azrael chases after him. He finally catches up to him in the vault of a bank, where Bane has already killed several people. The villain is giving him a demonstration of all the things they could possess. If Azrael would only see reason and fight alongside him, they would take what they want and become legends, killing whoever gets in their way. Azrael completely refuses and explains to Bane that he is nothing like him while they fight. Jean-Paul gets the upper hand and beats Bane, then drags him out into the street and takes him back into custody. All right, so
yeah, it's wild. Yeah, I had forgotten too how much they make Detective Bach look like one of my favorite actors, Keith David. He looks so much like Keith David.
Oh yeah,
I was like, oh man, that's so cool. I love it.
I wonder. I wonder when they designed him, if whoever designed him was just like, who would play him in a movie? I know.
Yeah, Keith David, yeah. He'd be perfect. Yeah, I love this. I love this whole issue. I wasn't expecting this little kind of Bane epilogue thing in the middle of Cataclysm. I thought, okay, they're gonna get rid of Bane, like that's the end of that story. But no, he kept it going for a whole other issue.
Yeah. And I guess if you have to do like a Cataclysm crossover issue, it kind of tied it into the previous arc and stuff. No, it was good.
Yeah, it was really well done. And it made sense. Like in the middle of all this confusion and chaos and all this other nonsense going on, of course Bane would use that opportunity to escape and kill a bunch of cops on his way out and just take a complete advantage of the situation and use it as a means to escape. And instead of just letting him go and trying to address all this other stuff that's going on around him, Azrael just gives chase.
Oh yeah.
He's like, well, I could stop and help like all these innocent people that are getting screwed over by this cataclysm, or I can chase down this mass murderer who's probably going to be responsible for a lot more deaths if I don't do something about it now.
I mean, look, he gets to the bank vault. Bane's already
exactly. He murdered a bunch of people in the bank, and who knows how many other people he would have killed indiscriminately on his way out.
And it was kind of nuts too. I mean, I'm like, oh god, this would make a great Elseworlds. What if Azrael had taken Bane up on his offer? Can you imagine Batman trying to take the both of them down?
Oh man, yeah, that would have been a twist, right? Yeah. He'd been like, you know what? You've got a point, actually. After the last few messed up things that Batman said to me in the Batcave, you got a point. Let's take down this rich dink.
He was hoping you killed me, so guess what?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. And I know it's a comic and everything, but like weren't like regular handcuffs on Bane. You're trying to get me to believe he wasn't on Venom.
Oh, I know, yeah. Well, plus they got to realize that regular handcuffs aren't really a good idea anyway. Even if he isn't on Venom, the dude's huge.
But the things he was wearing, I mean, didn't it have like two like metal bars like going from one wrist to the other?
Oh, yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
yeah.
we're supposed to, that's like even Marvel, like, you read a comic and you see, the Kingpin like kick, just the way the things that Kingpin does and lifts. You're like, okay, he's not a mutant. He's not on anything. Okay,
no, he's just enormously strong like that.
I know, but I mean, look at them cuffs, man.
It's crazy.
Like,
I don't understand why they didn't sedate him. You know what I mean? Until they got him to Blackgate Prison. Like, why wouldn't you sedate him?
I mean, I guess Azrael no. I know, because again, doesn't no mods know stuff like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, why wouldn't you knock him out until you got him to that prison? That's crazy.
I mean, I guess they figured he wasn't going to cause trouble in the helicopter because they brought him in the helicopter. Because again, if we crash, we're going to die too. So,
well, yeah, but
still. I know. Well, again, the Denny story. Someone has to not be a dick.
Well, that's true. There's not a lot of logic that happens in some of these stories. It's fine.
And then the ironic line when they, the cops are waiting for Bane, and Sarah Essen goes, "Oh, he's like second most dangerous criminal, I guess," meaning the first one is the Joker, and then spoilers, kid, he kills her at the end of No Man's Land.
Yeah.
Maybe that was foreshadowing. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. She wasn't wearing her lucky magenta jacket that day, I guess.
In the middle of No Man's Land.
Yeah,
you know what? I always used to believe, because again, after the earthquake demolishes most of Gotham, the government basically just like cuts it off from the rest of the country. I remember back when it was coming out, I'm like, that's a little far fetched, isn't it? No.
Yeah.
Like, I guess not.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, hello, Noel.
Nowadays,
see, mention poorly run government. Noel Tate will appear. Bats.
The only thing that I was disappointed about in this issue was the quick, tiny wrap up at the end.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like, and I get it that Bane he didn't have his venom. He wasn't firing on all cylinders. He was a bit worn down and all that, but it seemed like Jean-Paul took him down real quick. Like he just a couple of punches and a kick to the face, and that dude was out. And I thought it would have been more ironic to have there was this bank vault, right? And he's trying to kill all these people and take all this cash and stuff. It would have been hilarious if he had accidentally left one of those drawers open and just beamed his skull off it. And that's what knocks him out. You know what I mean? He turns around real quick to do some flashy shit, and then just clocks himself right into this bank drawer that's left sticking out behind it.
Or
that would have been so hilarious.
Well, the first time I read this, I was almost like, well, what if Bane was like pummeling him, and he was just like, he manages to lock Bane in the vault. He's like, you know what?
Oh yeah, you want this cash so bad?
You're the cop's problem or Batman's problem. I'll let him get you.
Yeah. You want that cash so bad? Sit there and eat it and wipe your ass with it. Because you ain't got a toilet in there, sucker.
Oh,
bye.
It is the DC universe, yes.
Well,
Yeah, Charlie used to have this big thing because on all the Arrowverse shows, they never they had all those guys, they had those super criminals locked up in the pipeline and stuff, and he's like, never see a toilet anywhere. And then
eventually, exactly. Where were they? Yeah.
Well, eventually they had an episode where like the toilets like slid out of the wall or something. So.
Oh, handy. Yeah. All over things.
I think they heard us. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, it's DC. They don't believe in toilets.
Yeah. Everybody takes Imodium apparently.
Marvel, DC, they don't believe in OSHA either. So
that's right.
Mm-hmm. All right. But yeah, no, I was just again weird stuff in this issue, but yeah, nothing compared to what's coming.
No.
And again, like you said, he's only in Gotham in this issue. I kind of feel like Denny, I don't know if he was encouraged to be a part of the crossover, or they were just like, all the Bat books are part of the crossover. Because again, I think it's one of those events where it's like, yeah, well, hopefully this will raise everyone's boats,
Oh yeah, that was the hope anyway.
Sales wise, yeah. Especially Azrael, I could see Azrael maybe being one of the lower sellers in the line.
At this point, yeah, around issue 40, maybe it needed a bit of a boost.
Again, he's not like a household name.
Which I think is what they were gearing up towards with the big issue 50 and the costume change and all that other stuff. Like they were trying to, I think they were, from the sounds of things, they were kind of like treading water a little bit, you know what I mean? Until issue 50.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just do a bunch of weird little one-off stories and a couple of crossovers, and we'll get up to issue 50. We'll do the big new costume and the big, like, I'm excited for that because I love that costume. I like that direction for Azrael. I thought it was smashingly good.
I like that costume too. Like, I think some people gave them shit about it, but I actually liked it.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Yeah. I thought, I mean, it's not my favorite. I still think the original's my favorite, but it's a close second.
It's more like a superhero costume almost, because again, it's like, well, he's basically wearing the costume of like, him and his entire line being assassins.
Yeah, it's like a whole new direction. It's like he's shedding the past.
Yes, his legacy. He literally was Azrael, agent of the battle.
Yeah, he's like doing his own thing. He's getting rid of his legacy and doing his own thing. And I thought that was cool. I liked that direction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else on this one?
No, we can move on to the weirdness that is next.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, I think well, again, he might have been spinning wheels a little bit because again, you had to be probably in this crossover, and then Azrael kind of jumps in like leading up to No Man's Land and in No Man's Land. So
yeah,
I think there's a few months. Then he got to do what he wanted. So.
Oh God, there's an ad for that PlayStation game. I'm looking at the floppy.
Oh yeah, me too.
There's an ad for the PlayStation game Parappa the Rapper in this issue. Oh God, I still have trauma from that. Oh God, what is this issue doing to me?
Hold on, I got the floppy. What are you talking about?
It's one of those synchronized PlayStation games where you're playing it like little. You're mashing the buttons in time with the guitar or the song, like the beat of the song. Like, oh God, I hate that stuff. Oh, all that Dance Dance Revolution and all that Guitar Hero. Oh, hate it. Hate all that stuff. Ooh.
Oh, you're talking about 41? Okay, I'm looking through 40. What am I doing?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it could be worse. Remember, we were kids. Every other ad was either like video games or candy or some kind of food.
Oh yeah. So many video game ads.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yes, and Superman was back to his original form.
Yes. Look at that, Alex Ross. Yeah.
I remember the exact day it came out. It was on my birthday in 1998.
Oh, nice. That's fantastic. Yeah.
All right.
You got a synopsis for this one, Phil?
Yeah, I believe we have it for all of them. Yeah. I'm trying while I'm doing this to root around for the cover to 42 because it was, I guess whatever file I saved it StreamYard won't save it because that wasn't on the app, kids.
Nice.
All right, so Azrael number 41 from May 1998. The Angel and the Buccaneers. Yes, kids, we're going there.
Oh Lord.
Yes, and by going there, you know what I mean, kids. Wow.
Yep.
Pirates art.
I'm glad you had that ready.
Pirates art.
Writer Dennis O'Neill, penciler Ron Wagner.
Yeah.
James Pascoe, colors Demetrius Basukis, and letterer Ken Brzezinnik. Oh, okay. It's a short synopsis. Get ready. All right. Taking a ship to Mexico to see Lily and Brian, Jean Paul was thrown off of the ship in a brief storm and ends up in of all places, a pirate ship. Forced to combat the pirates and their leader, Azrael eventually stabs him and finds himself back in the water, brought back onto the ship, wondering if the whole pirate debacle was just a hallucination.
Well, yeah.
I like the cover.
Yeah.
Him cutting through that pirate flag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my God. Now listen, I love Ron Wagner. Ron Wagner is amazing, and I love everything that I've ever seen him do. And when I saw that he was doing this issue, I was so excited. And then that first page with the pirate and I am what I am, I was like, oh no.
Denny. Oh Lord, Denny.
Denny, what are you doing?
Yes.
I said, oh God. I said, could imagine the flip there if they had Ron Wagner do the Bane issue that we just did with Cataclysm, and then had Roger Robinson do this pirate shit. I thought, oh my God, that would have been so much better. Oh my God.
Maybe Roger was like, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
Maybe. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah,
I think Roger Robinson's back next issue, and he
is. Yeah,
maybe he's just like, yeah, no pirates for me.
No, Ron Wagner's gonna have to do that pirate shit.
Bartholomew.
Now, I love his artwork still. Like, even though this story is just apeshit bonkers, I still love the artwork so much. It looks so good.
Yeah, yeah, the pirate is Bartholomew Latour. Didn't even hit me until now. They called him the devil. Get it? The angel, the devil.
Oh yeah. Grown.
And whatever year this is, they basically make this priest walk the plank, and then he puts a curse on him.
Yeah,
it's just... you need to sail these waters until an angel pierces your body and delivers you thus to the after. That's kind of specific.
It is.
I'm like, priests are putting curses on people. Like,
yeah, I guess. Well, in that moment, if I'm being made to walk the plank, you better believe I'm cursing everything in sight.
I mean, should have. Yeah, but I didn't think priests could do. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe should have been like, a curse, not a curse, but just like, one day an angel will deliver you, from this evil. Meanwhile, the angel we know is just going to deliver him with a flaming dagger.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's so strange. This issue is so weird.
I know.
And we get this introduction, this new character. Dr. The dude with the what's his name?
Harry McKinn.
Dr. McKinn. Yeah.
I guess we need a substitute for Brian since he's on.
Right. Yeah, and we see him in the next issue too.
But don't get too used to him, kids.
Yeah, exactly. He's not sticking around long. Spoilers. Yeah, it's just so weird. This pirate story, it just comes out of nowhere. And I mean, if it wasn't Ron Wagner, I'd probably hate it. I'd probably be like, "Oh my God, I don't even know why they did it."
It's just like it's in all this, the supernatural stuff, and
yeah. And I get it. Like, Azrael's supposed to be weird. Like, it's out of all the Bat books, like this type of story fits better in an Azrael title than anywhere else, like even the Shadow of the Bat stuff or whatever. But I still think it's too far out there for this realm. If it was a different character, like for example, the Spectre in the 90s, there was a pirate story with the Spectre.
That makes complete sense.
With Captain Blood, I think it was, and all this stuff, and pirate ships, and it was great. The artwork was great. The story was great. It made total sense. It was perfect. And so that just goes to show you that not all pirate stories and comics are trash. Like, if the setting is, if it makes sense, if the characters around it make sense, then it can be great. But this man, I don't get it. He did a miss on me with this, and most of it was that bonkers ending with the dagger. Like he's going to thrust the dagger into his own chest, and then I'm not an angel. I'm a man. I'm plain John Paul Valley, and I promised never to kill. And it's just bonkers.
Yeah, it's kind of again, it's like the whole supernatural thing. I know Denny likes to write like weird shit, but it's like not
Yeah.
every issue.
Yeah. And this type of weird shit.
Yeah,
Where at the end he's doubting his sanity even more than he already was. He's doubting his faculties. I'm very confused. Like, we don't need this boy more confused than he's already been. All right. Like he's already been through enough stuff to doubt his sanity and to doubt his faculties, to doubt his logic making capabilities. He doesn't need any more stuff to make him doubt his sanity. And here you are piling it on. It's like, give him a break, please.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe it's just my taste, but I'm just like, we could use some more grounded stories. I mean, after the whole parademon thing, and
well, we had that cool story with the monsters. Like you had remember the werewolf and the vampire and the lizard lady. Like there was that three-part story. Like that was weird, but it was set in a borough of Gotham, and it was still grounded in some bit of reality. There was still you still had these weird like Gothamites that were hanging around and offering their 2 cents. Like it still had a very firm foundation. And this stuff, it was like it's just meandering. It's just completely rootless, and it's just meandering all over the place with no real direction or through line to any of it. It's just, let's see how many weird, inexplicably bonkers situations we can put Jean Paul in to make him further doubt his sanity.
yeah, I mean, again, maybe Denny wanted this book to have its own different from any other Bat book, but I
don't know. It's just, I'm looking forward to when we get to the other stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, I think I got issues with this one. Wait till we get to this next issue.
Oh God, yeah. So we'll move on to that one. Yeah.
But yeah,
once again, Ron Wagner, great artist. Like don't be discouraged, listeners, if you haven't read this issue yet.
Mm-hmm.
I urge you to read it because you might like it. Like don't let me discourage you from it. And for anything, you should read it for the merits of the great art from Ron Wagner.
Oh yeah,
he's a star. That man is amazing. Like I love his stuff so much,
especially if you like pirates.
Yeah, and he draws a great Azrael.
Oh,
like all the panels with Azrael in this issue with the pirates were my favorite because he looked so good, and it made me weep that there wasn't more of it.
I know.
Anyway,
but this professor or whatever he is, he said he teaches anthropology. So yeah, we're doing I do a few units on folk tales every semester. But he's on sabbatical. He's floating around they're basically on like a what is it, like a freighter or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a cargo ship.
Yeah, but he says he's just he took a sabbatical. Now he's just on this boat traveling the world while he writes.
Yeah,
but then John Paul tells him he had to get away from Gotham City because the earthquake stuff. And then, oh God, he saved this old couple, but then he failed to save this baby in a stroller.
Yeah, that was pretty grim too, right? The dead baby scene. I was like, oh my God.
Couldn't you just be like, oh yeah, I saw a bunch of dead bodies, you were already dead by the time I got there, but no.
Yeah, and they're gonna show the little dead baby's arm. I was like, geez, you're gonna compound this poor boy's trauma on top of trauma. Like, it's like, yeah, what are you doing to him, Denny? This is your creation. What are you doing to
it? And then that almost makes him seem less heroic too, because then it's like the whole city's literally falling apart and falling on top of people, including babies. But it's like, I had to get away. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna abandon the rest of the Bat family.
Right? Yeah, you guys are on your own, man. I'm peacing out here. Yeah,
So it took an arc or two, but now he's on his way back to Mexico to be with Lily.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. We're gonna circle back to this.
I had to stop Bane, but when the entire city of Gotham could use all the help it gets, now I'm cutting bait and going to back to Mexico. He just wanted to get in a dick swinging contest with Bane. That's what it was.
You know that's what it was.
Gonna be some dicks waving around in here.
Absolutely. And plus he got all worked up from his time with Talia. Remember that? They did all that whole mess with Talia before that, and Lily was stringing him on. Like it was that man was ready to kick something. He's ready to smash something. There's some superior puss or some face. You take your pick.
Oh yeah,
superior puss.
Oh God! Oh, then he again goes on that Jean Paul's like, oh, I thought I was I would never kill. I guess I thought that qualified me for sainthood, and then talks about angels, and of course now we have another doctor or professor talking to him about angels.
Great.
Your mother wasn't frightened by Christmas tree ornament by any chance.
Yeah.
And then where are you going? Mexico. He's like, yeah, go to Tijuana. No. It was a big house, a hacienda, I guess it's called. It's near Mexico City.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Nothing possibly wrong could go wrong there, right?
Yeah, but he tells him, yeah, go to see Lily and Brian. He goes, I can barely remember what Brian looks like. It's been months. But he remembers what Talia looks like. Lily looks like.
Lily, oh yes. That image has not left his mind.
That image has been in all kinds of scenarios in his head.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, a mysterious storm just pops up out of nowhere. And like you say, Jean Paul gets thrown off the ship, and when he comes back up out of the water, he's in his Azrael costume.
Yeah, magically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then he can't see the ship. He's like, I'm 100 miles northwest of Gotham. A long swim, even for someone who's good at swimming. I have trouble getting across the bathtub. But then, he sees the pirates, and they're pulling him up. He's like, oh, they must be filming a movie. Where's the cameras?
If only that was what was happening, Jean Paul.
But he's talking about, oh, it must be a movie. I wonder if David Letterman has a part. Where are the cameras? And the pirates? He talks Latin. But yeah, the devil introduces himself. And he's like, oh, so the movie's about the pirates. They called the pirate. They called the devil. The pirate says, what are you wearing? He goes, just clothes from the mall. And then he's like, my costume. Like you didn't notice you had a mask on?
Yeah. And all the gear. Like, yikes.
You didn't notice you had a mask and those giant gloves with
the giant gloves. Like all that costume has to weigh so much.
Who are you, Jean Paul Val? No, in this outfit, I'm Azrael.
Yeah, we're back to this, right?
But of course, the pirates have heard about that Hebrew angel.
DC's Moon Knight.
Then speaking of Ray Plays Games Kids on YouTube, I saw he did a random poll. I think it went up today. So yes, Ray is now playing with random decks.
Oh, random, nice.
So yeah, and anyone has a chance, kids. If you want your deck played with by Ray, yes, Ray Plays Games.
Oh baby.
I love the pirates. Like, you've come to slay me, is it? No, I made a promise somewhere. I'll never take a life.
Yeah, about that.
Then they basically just try to hang Azrael.
Yeah. So we have a very truncated little fight scene here.
And Azrael, Jean Paul, and again, it's Jean Paul. Basically, again, we don't get Azrael. The system kicking in. It's basically Jean Paul in the costume again. So
Yeah, despite what he said a few pages ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to figure out how this all can be. He's like, oh, maybe the earthquake opened up some kind of time warp.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Oh my god, that devil. He's basically like, are you a bunch of yelling at his men? Are you a bunch of scurvy women? Clobber him.
Yeah.
Jean Paul clobber. I didn't know they had that word back then.
And then he says, "You don't look like an angel. No wings, no halo, no harp. So avast, ye scurvy wharf rat." I thought, oh no, 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 no.
So they're sword fighting, and then because Jean Paul's like, oh, if I beat you, your men will just give up. But then Latour comes at him with a dagger, and basically, it's an accident he gets stabbed.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so weird.
And then Latour's like, oh, the curse. And of course, Jean Paul's like, but I'm not an angel. I'm a man. I'm playing Jean Paul Valley.
Yeah. And then we get this weird, like I mentioned before, this weird moment of him being all confused at the end when he gets washed over the side and gets rescued.
Yeah, the storm pops up again, and he's back in his regular clothes, and the ship he was on finds him.
It's so weird.
But then he goes back to his cabin because he had taken off his mask, but when he goes to check his Azrael costume, he's just like, he's like, the costume's still here where I left it, but the headpiece is missing. It's like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever magic bullshit Denny was writing. The suit magically appeared on him, but he left the mask on the pirate ship, so that appeared all of a sudden. Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
All right.
And then Jean Paul, but according to the curse, only an angel could kill him. But he's like, does that mean I'm an angel? A real angel? I'm very confused.
Yeah. You're not the only one, Jean Paul. You're not the only one.
I mean, I get when he started, but again, we're almost halfway through this series, and Denny's still rating him like he's, his IQ is like 60 or something.
I know. And again, like just giving him more trauma and more confusion and more weird stuff to doubt his sanity with.
Mm-hmm.
I just, yeah. Ugh. Anyway,
I mean, I guess he needed to give him something to do on the trip. I guess I don't know.
I guess, like I said, I feel like they're treading water here until issue 50. He's just looking for stuff to fill the time with.
I mean, whatever. We couldn't have just done maybe like a Gotham villain had stowed away on the ship, away from the city.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, we couldn't have had like Killer Moth trying to escape.
Killer Moth.
Yeah.
Or who was that? There was that pirate villain, the privateer.
Oh,
who was that dumbass?
Oh, the one with the sword.
Yeah, he had the old timey costume.
Is it Cavalier or whatever?
Cavalier or something like that. Yeah, that was that dumbass. He could have been stowed away on the ship. Like, I don't know, man.
I know.
Yeah.
There's so many D-list bad villains they could have put on this ship.
I mean, out of anybody in the comic book history, Batman has a surplus.
How we're in
these bonkers D-list villains. Like, he has the most out of anyone, and you could pick dozens of them for this dude to fight.
Or hell, I mean, I don't know if he was busy, but we're in the middle of the ocean. What if Black Manta showed up?
Black Manta, yeah. There's all kinds of seafaring villains, and they could have done more than one issue on Black Manta.
Yeah, could have squeezed a 2-parter out of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Or any of Aquaman's D-list villains,
Right.
Come on.
It's so weird.
I know.
Yeah.
Boy, I wonder why Azrael doesn't have a rogues gallery.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Ready to do the next one?
Let's do this one. Welcome to Eden.
Oh, Lord. You're going
to
have to explain something to me because, I'm confused about the whole motivation. We'll get there.
Here we go. Here's some more stuff.
All right. I think I found a good one because, again, kids, this is one that's not on the app.
Yeah.
I think
I've got the
42. I
floppy.
think 42 through 49 is not on the app. So
Yeah, it skips all the way. Yeah, it's
Mm.
weird.
all right, kids, that's not as clear as the others, but it'll work.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Look at that cover, man. I think that
Yeah,
I think that's on Lil's hard drive somewhere.
I don't know. Azrael? I don't know
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
well, okay. It's a blonde biscuit on an island. It's on Justin's hard drive.
Yeah. He needs to be wearing less clothing, though.
Oh my.
for that to
I
be
mean, I don't
accurate.
know. I mean, that's not the closest they could get at the time. I mean, well, not
Yeah,
quite there, but look how he's holding that sword. I mean,
I know. Yeah.
that flaming sword.
Oh my.
Azrael number 42 from June 1998. Welcome to Eden. Writer Dennis O'Neil, penciler Roger Robinson, inker James Pascoe, the colorist Demetrius Bazookas, and letterer Ken Brzezinnik.
And it should be noted here in this issue, Archie Goodwin passed away.
Oh yeah.
So the last issue was his last credit as editor.
Oh, this what
So
issue?
there's a big full page tribute to him by Denny O'Neil
Oh
in
man.
memoriam, Archie Goodwin 1937 to 1998. And it talked about his whole career in comics, and there was a great picture of him and some caricatures.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that. I knew that he had passed away like in the late 90s, but I couldn't remember what year it was. And then when I saw that page, I was like, oh shit, I forgot. Oh, Archie. Yeah. So
yeah.
So that previous issue was his last editor
Yeah. Oh
credit.
God, I wish it could have gone out in a better issue.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. This was like a bad time because within like was it? I don't think it was 98, but was it 96 or 97? Mark Grunwald passed away. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, there was.
First you had Jack Kirby, and then Mark Grunwald, and then Archie Goodwin. There were a couple of other creators too that just over the course of the mid to late 90s passed. I mean, the big one was Jack Kirby, like that was earthquake that rocked everybody. But Mark Grunwald for me
me too.
The most devastating. And then also Bill Mantlo. When I found out what happened to Bill Mantlo, I was inconsolable for weeks. I was so upset and so devastated, and I cried, and I was a mess. Still, I don't like to talk about it because it's so hurtful. But yeah, I just unfortunately in the late 90s we lost some really amazing creators.
But you just reminded me. I think they just announced it. So I don't know when it'll be coming out, but I think they said they're doing a documentary on Jack Kirby.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
Yeah,
good, nice.
I was gonna say, I love a Grunwald one. We might have to do it ourselves.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
All right, so I think this is an even shorter synopsis.
Right.
Jean-Paul finds yet another detour on his journey to Mexico when the ship's motor goes out, and he and a few on board are welcome to stay on an island paradise. The paradise turns out to be of other intentions, as its owner has been slowly drugging its guests. That's the synopsis.
Oh my word. Okay.
So yes, as the synopsis says, yes, and yes, who's running this island, kids? Madam Macarena.
Oh, I know. Listen, my eyes already hurt from rolling at the first page of the pirate issue with I am what I am. That being the first opening page. Like,
yes.
My eyes already rolled and hurt themselves. And then this one, Madam Macarena, I thought, oh no.
I need a name for a character. What's a popular wedding dance at this time?
Yeah, exactly. Scantily clad female, and what's popular?
Yes.
Yikes.
So yes, she introduces herself on the first page, and the captain's like, "Oh, you might as well accept this lady's offer. It's going to take at least 2 days to fix the boiler on the ship." So some Dr. McKinn and Jean Paul are basically invited to this island. And then this is the funniest part. Jean Paul, the mail chopper brought a replacement mask for him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could see that on like maybe on a cruise or something, but like this freighter's getting regular mail choppers.
Yeah, I think it would have made more sense if he'd had an extra mask tucked away somewhere and like it was the system, you know what I mean? That was like he's
Yeah,
gonna
but
need this mask, so let's
why
just
did
make
why
sure.
did we even need to do it? It was a magic
I
spell, pretty
know.
much, that put him in costume and
Yeah.
took him out of it. Why couldn't it just grab the mask when it left the pirate ship?
The questions don't end there
Oh no,
because
just the beginning of the questions. No. But I'm guessing the whole helmet thing was just Denny's way of saying, "Oh, did it happen? Did it not happen?
yeah,
It
yeah.
must have happened." But
Again, making this poor guy doubt his sanity even more.
exactly. But yes, I guess he must have wrote. I don't know how much time has passed because he's written to Brian, and they must have picked up that mail, took it to
Mm-hmm.
Brian. Brian packed another mask for him and wrote him a letter to say, "Get here as quick as possible because bad stuff is happening."
Yeah, how the hell long was he on this ship?
I mean, I guess I guess it's not that it's not gonna be that quick getting from Gotham to Mexico, but
Well, no, yeah, it's a lot of water still, but like
I know. But
this is weeks,
I'm like,
right?
is this daily mail call or something? Or
Yeah, he was on this boat for weeks.
uh,
And then when he first gets on the dock, like this woman's going up. Are you Mr. Valley? Eloquent. She's kissing him on the side of the face. I'm like, don't be doing it. Don't be coming on to him, because especially wearing purple. You got black hair and you're wearing purple. Like, what are you doing? Like,
I love purple.
you're the knight herself and a devil for making me love you. I can see
Oh,
it. It's gonna happen. What are you doing, lady?
oh yeah, that's a horny
Playing
bird.
with fire here. Like, he has a fetish, and you're playing right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
And it's basically, I mean, they're almost hinting at it's like almost like a brothel. It's just like,
I know.
'cause
And then the dude, Dr. McKinn, like, he goes face first in this food. And then comes up Sunshine and posies to transmogrify sibilant woes into yesterdays of grinning scriveners. I was like, oh no. Eeh.
did you stop eating immediately? If you're Jean Paul?
Yeah. Bonkers.
Oh yeah, Madam Macarena's calling Jean Paul handsome.
See, she's playing with fire here. She doesn't realize this man's type.
But then they have someone locked up in a jail, almost like she says it's a storage shed, but it's but they're like, there's bars on that thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we see the professor being drugged. We see someone locked up.
Yeah, things don't look right here.
Then we get a few. We got like a page or so of Brian and Lily in
Brian
Mexico.
and Lily, some subplot action.
Things are not going well with Luke.
Well, we knew that.
Yes,
We knew that she was on the outs with Luke.
but yeah, so I think he left, but he came back. Oh, that's not what Brian writes them. It's like, hey, he left. He came back with a bunch of guys, and he's demanding the secrets of the order.
Yeah. Not good.
And Lily's all depressed because she fell for everything. And Brian's like, you're human, and you led a sheltered life until you're past the age where many young women are already married. And then you fell in love for the first time.
With a guy that was a master manipulator, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. But she says, you have to continue to stall him until Jean Paul gets here. But he may not come. You almost drove him away. Yes, as I said before, I was more than foolish.
It happens.
Yep. And then back to the island. Well, again, and two, remember when he asked her on that first date, when they, he couldn't like access Azrael, and she's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I guess you'll have to do." It's like, well, we got the
Yeah.
You expect me to run to your rescue now? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's not a glutton for abuse after all.
exactly.
Yeah.
Then on the island, we see the professor's making himself away at home. Basically just wearing a hat and like a small loincloth or something.
Yeah.
And a lei. And Jean Paul's basically wondering, he's like, he wish he could just go with the flow like the professor's doing, but Jean Paul's feeling kind of lightheaded, but I guess he's kind of fighting it. I think those monkey genes are coming in handy again.
Yeah. Absolutely. In episodes like this, like that's his secret weapon. Yeah.
Because again, remember the whole Bane thing? He was getting dosed with venom. Now he's being drugged here again.
Yeah, and he's just shrugging it off.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
It's the monkey glands, I tell you. It's the monkey glands.
That's got to be a drop. Then Jean Paul thinks he hears a scream or a yell outside, and the professor's like, whatever.
Yeah.
For being drugged, but the drugs are working on me more slowly because why? Why am I not like Dr. McKinn? Why? So basically, he's almost forgetting Azrael.
Yeah, you know why. There's a half a dozen reasons why.
My body chemistry altered before I was born, so the drug works slower on me.
Yeah.
So he pulls the costume out of his little briefcase.
Yeah, this is the best part here when he gets the costume on. I love these panels. Look at the flame effect on his blade.
Oh yeah,
Demetrius Bazookas for the win, man. He is amazing.
So yeah, he basically just busts out the back wall of the hut he's in.
Yeah. Yeah, Demetrius. All these panels like with the torches and all the panels with the flame. It's not just the Azrael blade, but just all of the panels.
Oh yeah.
Effect. It just looks so good. And there's a panel where on page 14 where Azrael says, "Know that you are a foulness upon the earth. Know that I have come to destroy you." That whole like sunset effect in the background with the colors is so subtle, but it's perfect.
Oh, yeah. And you get like the whole Batman shadow effect, like you can't see nothing below his hand there. Yeah,
right. Just the glove and the cowl and the eyes. It's gorgeous. I love it.
But then, the Azrael follows, and we see the big guy who was locked up before. But Madam Macarena is talking to the captain, and she says, "I guess this guy he's lasted longer than any of them, not counting the two you brought me." And he said, "The captain's like, what happens to them?" And she's like, "I am not sure. The treatment gives them continuous ecstasy up to a point. Then they are docile and very, very happy. They become violent and extremely strong."
It's basically like a Blue Chew version of Venom.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then Jean Paul frees this guy. Yeah, like you said, then he gives the whole speech to Madame Macarena. The captain tries to shoot him. He, of course, kicks him out of the way.
Oh, naturally. Yeah.
Then Madame Macarena pulls the gun and he slaps her away.
Slaps her, yeah. Yeah, these two are no match for Azrael.
No.
Like this isn't a challenge.
Well,
but then they go outside.
Yep.
And the dude tackles him. The other guy, the much larger guy.
Oh yeah. He tells him, Jean Paul's like, "I don't want to harm you." Basically takes out his knees, like, "I wish not to harm you, but if you try to get up, I will harm you badly."
And this isn't much of a challenge either, because even though this guy is extremely powerful, he's also extremely addled from this drug. So he's not He's not really. I don't consider him a threat to Jean Paul.
No, but she
I mean,
did say,
Jean Paul could wipe the floor with Bane a couple issues ago, and Bane was
yeah.
admittedly not at his best, but still, like, this guy's no challenge.
I mean, she did say the drug makes him violent, strong, and crazy. So, and again, Jean Paul's trying to hold back. So
True, that's true. Yeah.
I love when the captain asks Azrael from the floor, "Who are you?" Azrael, one who has come to make you pay for your sins.
Yes. I will be with you like the sweat on your skin, like the air in your lungs, like the blood in your veins. If you disobey me, I will have vengeance.
Yes. Because he tells him, he's like, you may not be able to see me, but I'm going to be watching the whole time, because he has to go in and change back to Jean Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Because they get the professor and Jean Paul.
Dr. McKinn.
And then they ask Madam Macarena if she's coming. I think Azrael will not object if I remain on my island. And then she says, you three, you might consider returning someday soon. I am convinced that finally my experiments are a success. I offer you pleasure and release from all
Release. Oh my.
Others may be harmed by your absence, but you will neither know nor care. You will live each hour in a haze of delight. Oh my.
Yikes.
What is this? What is this, Justin reading a Namor comic? You will eventually die, and you may even suffer, but you will not do those things in the outside world. And out there, you will do them without ecstasy.
Without ecstasy.
Oh my. Again, they're making it look like Jean Paul's just, trying to come to a decision, but
yeah.
Of course he has to get to Mexico, but there's all these questions about his life he has to answer. So then they get back on the boat. They go back to the freighter, and what is it? The next morning or something? And Jean Paul asked someone, "Did you see Dr. McKinn?" Yeah, I seen him last night. He done a swan dive into the drink and started swimming for the island. I gave him a 50-50 chance of making it.
Yeah, as we said earlier in the episode, that's the last we see of Dr. McKinn.
Yep, because who knows? He either made it to the island or he
drowned or got eaten by sharks, or who knows what out here.
Yeah, because we don't know how far they are from the island the next morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so
so for all intents and purposes, he's dead. Like, we don't ever see him again in this series.
Oh yeah, I mean, he either died in the ocean or he died from ecstasy. So
right, yeah. Who knows how long he lasted if he did make it to the island?
Okay, so here's my big question about this issue.
Yeah,
Madam Macarena is doing all these experiments. My question: why?
Yeah.
Did we get any explanation why she's doing this?
No, we didn't.
She needs
and how she hooked up with this captain dude, and what was his angle? Like,
but again, why is she doing it? It's like, is she going to sell this? Is she trying to perfect this drug to sell it? It doesn't seem like she's trying to get slave labor. She's letting them just sit around and do whatever. So
where's she getting all these people?
Why is she doing this experiment?
Yeah, it's bonkers. There's no real explanation.
That's my thing. What's her motive?
And that conversation that she was having at the end with Jean Paul on the docks would have been an ideal time to reveal that information.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's like, it doesn't seem like it's like an island brothel or anything. No, that doesn't seem like she's making money off this. So why is she doing
this?
What's
her angle? Yeah,
yes.
What's her angle? She must be trying to sell this to somebody to perfect like a new designer drug, like I was saying, like a Blue Chew version of Venom. Like, she wants to break into the synthetic drug market or something, but it's not explicitly stated as such.
No.
And again, this captain dude, like, what's the angle for him? Like, they're obviously in this together, like they're business partners. How did this come about? Like, what? I don't. Yeah, it's.
Again, it's basically headcanon your own motive.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like, I'm a sex addict, so I need you the captain to bring me healthy men.
Right. Well, I mean, there's always a market for that, but
that's what I'm saying. Nobody's paying for it, or she's not like, there could be, sometimes powerful men, like, government, government officials of all countries.
Yeah, this is a custom. like this is a custom order from somebody that's trying to do this.
Basically drugs them, gives them ecstasy till they drop dead. It's like, okay, why?
Yeah, all right. Maybe that's her kink, I guess, Phil. I don't know.
Maybe again, no, there's no motive. I'm just like,
Yeah.
why?
Maybe she listens to the Macarena while they're dying, and that's her
Eh.
kink.
Ah, can you imagine? You're taking your last breath and someone's going, "Hey, Macarena."
I know, right? Yeah, like the indignity of dying from that designer drug isn't enough.
Or I was like, yeah, the first time reading this, I'm like, okay, maybe there's gonna be like a horror angle, like they turn, her and the other women turn out to be vampires or something.
Right. Yeah. Or they're sacrificing these dudes. Like
Something, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Or they're trying to do the monkey glands thing with them. Like they're getting them all worked up and getting their hypothalamus gland all percolating, and then they kill them and steal it or something. I don't know.
Something, but again, it's never explained.
No. Yeah, like I said before, it just feels like these issues were just kind of done to take up some space before the big, because all that crap with No Man's Land was already preordained, so we already know that that's coming down the pike.
Yeah, but the
Denny knows it. So,
meanwhile, the Cataclysm issue is the best one.
I know, yeah, it's weird how that worked out that way. Usually, like with me, like I'm doubly surprised because I hate those big events. I hate the big crossovers.
Yeah,
I mean, more so now than I ever did. But even back then in the '90s, I was over them. I was so bored with them.
Oh yeah,
and I thought, oh great, another big year-long friggin' crossover, great. But I was actually No Man's Land kind of surprised me in a lot of ways. I don't look at that as ill favorably as I do something like Identity Crisis or Final Crisis or those the Infinite Crisis, those ones that I just don't like. Like I don't look at No Man's Land and Cataclysm with the same negativity as I do with those other ones.
yeah. Again, yeah, that's like for me. Like I always feel like one of those crossover issues. I'm like, okay, I could tell they were crowbarred into this, but no,
Right.
Better issue is the best.
Yeah. So, and sometimes that challenge brings out the best in a writer. Like they're like, okay, I've got no choice in the matter. And if it were me being a writer, I'd be pissed about it. I'd be like, I don't want to do this big, stupid crossover. Like,
although I think
whatever.
I think 98 we're still in the era where it's like, when you had multiple bad books from Superman and multiple books, like they would have a yearly meeting and all the writers would plot out, what they were going to do for the year. And it's like, okay, you're going to get part 1. This is what needs to happen in part 1. You're going to do part 2. This is what's going to happen in part 2.
And all the books would usually have the same editor or editors. There'd be like 1 or 2 editors doing all 4 books. So they'd be sitting in on the conversations as well and coordinating everything. And it'd be a team effort. Absolutely. And it wasn't just with the Bat books, like the X books were like that over at Marvel. They'd have those writing rooms and all that stuff, and they'd hash out all that crap for over a year. But because they knew that the events would sell, and they knew that if they were done well and plotted out well enough, and everybody was on board and everything was going to work well, then it would be a success. I feel like we're kind of just treading water a little bit in this title.
Through these last 2 issues, I got you.
Yep, that's the theme. I feel like that's the theme for tonight.
Oh God, do you have your floppies in front of you?
I do.
Ironically, did you see what's on the back cover of 42?
Species 2.
Yep.
Mating season begins.
Probably purely accidental, but that was an accidental. Bravo to whoever.
That's good stuff. That's very shrewd marketing.
Do we get you horny kids? Yeah, go see this movie.
Yeah. I'd forgotten about there's an ad too for Gone, the tiny terror from the Jurassic era. I'd forgotten about little Gone from Masashi Tanaka. I got to get my hands on that little collection.
And kids, if you want to feel really old, if you remember these issues, the back of 41, Grand Theft Auto. No number behind it.
Grand
Just Grand
Theft
Theft
Auto.
Auto.
That's it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The original.
Uh,
Oh my god. So funny.
all right. Should we get out of here?
Yes. What do we got up for next time?
All right. So in a month, kids, when Justin and I meet up here again, we're going to get to Azrael 43 and 44, which I believe is his return to Mexico. So,
Yeah, okay. Reunited with Lily and Brian.
Get some,
Mhm.
get that scoundrel Jean-Luc. Yes.
Yeah. We'll wrap that up.
Yep. Yeah, we're inching ever so closely to that new costume. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
All right, kids. So yes, send us your thoughts on please send us your thoughts on these issues if you
Yes. Did you like the pirate issue? If so, let us know about it and tell us why.
can you explain what Madam Macarena was up to? 'Cause-
Yes. Fill in the blanks that we might have missed.
Exactly.
Please. Please do that.
So yes, send us all your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find pretty much any episode we've done at CapesLunatics.wordpress.com. Help support us and all our shows by buying merch at TeePublic or Spring. And again, we're talking about crazy women. Little Hellfire demands that you rain random money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Do it.
If you're hot, dumb, and 25, Little Hellfire will give you ecstasy before
That's
death.
right. That's right. Madam Macarena ain't got nothing on her.
That's right. All right. And of course, the Patreon, where at least once a month, Lilith and I give you exclusive, uncensored content. And of course, if you're a patron like Justin here, you can
Yes.
request topics for us to discuss.
That's right. I've given a suggestion for the month of June because we have a Friday the 13th coming up in June this year.
Mhm.
And I wanted to know Phil and Lilith's thoughts on the Friday the 13th film franchise. It's a whole series.
Yeah, I kept forgetting to ask her about it. I finally asked her about that. Oh, she's down. So
Nice.
yes, yeah.
Awesome.
So yes, but you can subscribe at patreon.com/capesandlunatics.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right, now for this owl, this more owl than man.
That's right.
You can catch him.
Recovering from my own contagion.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It was an illness that rocked his world, kid.
That's right.
Cataclysm
Cataclysm happened in my lungs.
Oh. All right. So again, catch him here at least once a month on We Are the Night,
the
Batman podcast. Talking Azrael. You can catch him every so often on Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast, episode 50 coming here soon.
There's a big one coming up.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you can also over on Capes and Lunatics catch him every week on either Marvel Tales or X-Men Classics, sometimes both. And you can also catch him once a month on shows such as Energon Universe, where we talk all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe content from Image Comics, One World Under Doom, the Dr. Doom podcast.
That's right.
And of course, he's also the new co-host now once a month with me and Ray on the last episode of every month of Ultimate Spider Cast, where we talk Ben Riley, Scarlet Spider. We're going to get to some slingers here.
Yeah, we're going to spend the whole year with the slingers. I'm excited.
A good chunk of it. Probably, what did I say, to October or something? Yep.
Something like that, yeah.
So by the time you hear this, there should be at least an episode up of that, I believe. So yes, check that. And you would think this was enough podcasting for anyone, but this man is dedicated to his craft. So you can also catch him on these fine shows.
That's right. Gamma Charge every month with Russell, where we discuss either the sensational She-Hulk or the Immortal Hulk series. We're covering both of those this year. And we have a Patreon, so check that out, where we're discussing some of DC's versions of the Hulk that have been featured over the years. And over on Predator and Prey, the aforementioned High Priest of Khonshu himself, Ray, joins me and Sparky to talk about some of the classic Dark Horse comic books featuring Fox's Predator. And last but not least, my solo show is called The Lost Library of Legends, and every month I discuss an obscure and forgotten comic book gem of the past. And I'm doing a multiple-part retrospective on a Malibu Ultraverse title called The Strangers.
We're going back to the 90s here, bitch.
You're damn right.
Don't shock the monkey.
Hey, coincidentally, that wasn't even about Azrael. So,
I know.
uh,
Those monkey glands.
oh my.
Double
Yeah.
biscuits for me. I'm going to eat this up with a fork and spoon.
Just what I always wanted in a man.
Good Lord. All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone, on our the not so love boat. All right.
Yeah.
Again, it's going to heat up south of the border next time, kids.
Yep. Once upon a time in Mexico.
Oh my. So again, the march to no man's land in a new costume begins, kids.
Yes. I'm really excited for that. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah. Again, I like that. I like the suit, man.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's great. In fact, it may even surpass the original as my favorite as we read these issues again.
I kind of feel that way too sometimes. I'm like,
I think it might.
That might be my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be. Good
All right.
stuff on the way.
That's right. All right, kids. Remember, come back, join us same bat time.
Same Bet Channel.
We are the night.
The
Batman Hunter.
and Azrael. And Killer Moth.
And don't pirate these books, kids.